Good evening, this is Cryptojarhead. We're going to do this take two style because Jarhead Jr. was definitely interrupting a little bit too much in the last video and I was a little distracted. You know, he's got popsicle all over his damn face and he looks really cute and it's really hard not to be distracted right now. Anyway, so the Arbitraging website went down for maintenance today. CoinMarketCap was having some kind of error with their displaying fiat values. It wasn't just arbitraging that was affected, but since arbitraging uses... You don't have to scream with excitement every time I say arbitraging. You don't. So anyway, because arbitraging uses CMC for their value for arbitrage coin, that caused a lot of issues. Nothing was working right because nothing had any value. Just like on a display purpose, right? So, website went down. It's back up now. I got a little pop-up window saying that, maintenance was occurring, but every button I pressed was working for me. So, they might just keep that little pop-up window up for just a little bit longer, but, hey, sometimes things happen, guys. Anyway, since their site was down and I couldn't stare at the exchange like a hawk, I spend way too much time doing that. I started thinking of some strategies and stuff. Little man, what are you doing? All right, hang on a second, guys. All right, just kid being the kid, I guess. Shit, where was... Oh, okay, so... The arbitraging website was down, couldn't watch the exchange. What's the Jarhead to do? Well, start throwing some numbers around, all right? Because, I'm just that kind of a nerd. Don't act surprised. You all know this, okay? It's what I do. So, got to thinking, how to use the M-bot to pump the A-bot and increase your daily A-bot profits, right? Because that kind of had this idea pop in my head that this could be possible. And so I went about, doing some numbers, and yeah, it is. It's very, very feasible, actually. So let's go ahead and get to it. First, I did make some assumptions while doing this because, you have to. I've been over this. You have to make some assumptions, but let's get that out there. So assumptions made, no fluctuation in the price of Arbcoin. Once we start the trading, once the action gets going. Before that, it's fine, whatever, because we are looking at the more that you can put into this thing to start it, the easier it's going to get and the faster you're going to see some good numbers. So with that being said, just kind of riding out the waves in the market, smartly and increasing the number of your arbitrage coins now might not be a bad thing to do because you'll only need 1,000 arbitrage coins if they hit $10 to be able to start this. Likewise, if you can get your hands on 2,000 of those things, you could start it pretty quick. Because you'd only need a $5 arb price. Anyway, so, but once we start trading, coin value doesn't matter. I know you've heard me say this, but in this case, it's true, because oh, how did you pull, man? These cheap ass fucking... Sorry, guys. The baby proofing things you get? You can stick in the wall sockets so that your baby doesn't, stick a fork in there and electrocute himself. This kid just pulled one of these things right out the wall. Too smart for your own good, kid. Anyway, okay. Let's get back to the assumptions here. And I'm just going to keep an eye on this little hellion. Token price doesn't matter once we start trading. Once we start trading, it doesn't matter before that. Of course, it does matter. Obviously, as an investor, the cheaper that you can get in and the more that you can sell it for or use it for, the better for you. So always be looking to increase your position, to position yourself better. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Next, we're going to assume an average 1% profit per trade in the M-bot and a 0.75% per day in the A-bot. If you look at the historical, the last 30 days in the A-bot, that has, been pretty darn close to the average. So we're just going to go with it. Why not? It's the, best value we have. I wish it was closer to 1, but everyone does. So let's start. We're kicking this thing off with 10 grand. We have our 10 grand. We played the markets. We sold some coins that were doing well. Sold them for a profit. Knocked over a couple of liquor stores. Whatever we had to do to get our hands on 10 grand. We've got it. We've got our $10,000 in arbitrage. Now, boom. Let's go ahead and put that into the M-bot. If you look on their page, on their website, the white papers for the M-bot say that you'll be limited to $100,000 per day. So that's not per trade. I think that's going to be a hard cap of 100 grand per day that they're going to let you send through there. Whether that's 100 trades of $1,000 or one trade of 100,000. Any way you slice it, I think they're going to cap you at a certain dollar amount per day, and I think that's a very good thing to do. But regardless, that's going to be the cap. That's what we're going to be shooting for as our cap. If it turns out to be higher, maybe we'll adjust our strategy a little bit. But either way, go with what we got. So since we're limited to 100,000 a day, we could theoretically do 10 trades per day. But the thing that I like about the M-bot is it seems to me like you can use it to help you trade opportunities without having to sit and stare at your computer screen all damn day. I don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. Okay? This thing will just watch all the markets for you. And then let you know where it's going to be. The way that I understand it is it sounds like it's going to be like Arthur over in Dropple Land, but Arthur just tells you, hey man, it'd probably be a pretty good idea to buy Bitcoin on BitThumb right now and then go sell it on Binance. That's what I would do if I were you. Whereas M-bot's kind of like, hey man, this is what's going on. You want me to do it? Yes, no, what? Let's do it. And while those guys are kind of annoying, they do tend to get things done. So I'm excited for M-bot constantly asking me if I want to do this or not. Of course, I'm not one of the chosen few, the beta testers. And those that are, they're doing a great job of teasing us without giving anything away. You bastards. Austin, you beautiful bastard. But, you pick up little hints and pieces of the puzzle here and there, and you try and form what you think is going to be the right picture. And that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. So, anyway, damn, off topic. I'm just on a good one today. So we could do 10 trades a day to hit our $100,000 cap, but I ain't got time to be staring at the computer screen for that long. So we're going to go for 5 a day. Okay, obviously, some days you might be able to get a little, 6 or 7. Some days you might only be able to catch 2 or 3, But we're going to aim for an average of 5 per day, which gives us an average profit of $500 per day. Okay? Now, what do we do with this $500? For the first month, we do nothing. We put it back into the M-bot. Okay? I know what you're thinking. I want to get my ROI. Hang on. just hang on. All right? The reason for this is because $500 a day times 30 days is another $15,000. which would bring your total amount up to 25 grand. Okay. I picked 25 grand because now we only need to do 4 trades per day. We can only do 4 trades per day, and that's going to cap us at $100,000, right? You figure 4 trades at 1%, or, so 1% of $25,000 is $1,000, if you didn't know. So anyway, oops, damn, my math is off. I just caught that. Because 1% of 25 is not 1,000, it is 250. Either way, so that'll bring you 1,000, 1K per day, okay? So, once you're at this point where you're making your $1,000 per day, so that's 1% off $100,000 traded per day, $1,000. How did I fuck that up? Anyway, everyone makes mistakes, guys. Anyway, so what you're going to be doing, right, is take, I was thinking a few days at 4 grand a day, but if it's 1 grand a day, take the next 2 weeks. And all your profits you make from the MBOT, go ahead, send them to the exchange, and sell them when you get them. Okay? This will put you at $14,000 back in your pocket, and you still have 25 grand to trade with. Not bad. And, every month, you'll be able to put 30 grand more into the MBOT. Or, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Once you've gotten, at least broken even, and you pulled a little bit of profit out, stop selling your ARBs. Don't do it. Instead, pop them into the ABOT. Okay, so instead of that $1,000 per day going in your pocket, now it's $1,000 per day going into the ABOT. Okay, so the first day, you'll get about 0.75% of a grand, which is right around $7.50. I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty harsh drop from $1,000 a day. But here's the thing. To get this $7, you didn't have to do shit. You weren't dependent on catching the trades at the right time. You didn't have to stare at your computer screen. You didn't have to do anything. All you had to do is put your money in there and wait. That's it. The next day, you'll get about $15. Okay, then you'll make, on the third day, you'll make $22.50. On the fourth day, $30. And so on, right? I'm adjusting this as we go because I did make an oops at the beginning of the strategy, which kind of affected everything. Okay. So, bear with me 1 second. Won't take. Okay, so if you're making $1,000 per day off the MBOT, you'll be adding 30 grand per month into the ABOT. Okay? So let's fast forward 4 months. Okay? Now you've got 120 grand in your ABOT. And this is without compounding any of your ABOT earnings. This is just selling your ABOT earnings. Okay? Your daily profit, your daily payout at that point would be about $900. So we're almost at that point where we're making the same amount per day from the ABOT as we are maxing out the MBOT. Okay? This is hoping that you catch all 4 of those trades and for at least 1%, right? Fast forward another 4 months and now you're at $1,800 per day. You're actually making more off the A bot doing nothing than you are trading manually on the M bot. Okay, so you're going to keep doing this. Okay, you can take this as far as you want to. You can take it as little as you want to. If you're happy making $100 a day off the A bot doing nothing, then you wouldn't even really need. You wouldn't even really need to mess with the M bot at all. Just start with that 10 grand in the A bot, and you'll be pretty darn close. Reinvest a little bit, until you're up to about $100 a day. Boom, right? I'd be pretty happy making an extra $100 a day in crypto for doing nothing, just for putting my money in. Logging on once a day, collecting it, selling it, and carry on with my day. So this is obviously not, gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna be something crazy. But if you put in the time and you do the work, right, with the M bot, you can take your initial 10 grand and build it up to that. You could build it theoretically to the point where you're making that per day. Now, you would need about somewhere in the ballpark of like $1.2 million in the A bot, something like that. But it could be done. But build your A bot up to the part, up to where your daily profit is something that you're comfortable with, that you like. Don't get greedy. Don't just keep doing this. And keep in mind, guys, the entire time you're building your A bot up to that point, you're still selling those ARB profits from the A bot every day to make a little bit, and make a little bit, make a little bit. Now, you could also reinvest those to get your A bot up to where you want it to be sooner. You could do some other things. You could hold them for, token appreciation speculation. Like if you truly in your heart of hearts believe that arbitrage will one day be trading for $50 a coin, it might be worth your while to maybe hold 20% of your daily arbitrage tokens you get from the A bot for price speculation, right? For the appreciation on the token, right? Because think about it. Let's say you're making 20 ARBs a day, every day, for 3 months. That's 90 days times 4 ARBs per day, 360 arbitrage coins. If they were trading for $50, that's a pretty good little chunk of change right there. But with my strategy, you are working your way up. You are increasing the amount in your A bot. At the same time, you're paying yourself, because you're selling your daily ARBs for money in the bank, for profit. And you're already in a profit. Remember, we went up 14 grand off of our initial 10. Just manual trading back into our pockets. Child. Anyway, this is a way to grow your arbitrage, right? Increase the amount you have invested in the platform, while also pulling profits for yourself at the same time. That's powerful stuff, guys. Because this is not money on the dashboard that you may or may not be able to pull out before the website goes down. I'm not saying arbitrage is going to disappear, but they are a business, and businesses do tend to go out of business eventually. So if you spend 3 damn years building yourself up to where you want to be, and then you finally start taking profits, and this would be like a crazy amount of profits every day, but you finally start taking profits, and like the next week they shut down. Like their numbers up. It's time to move on. I would be pissed if I'd spent 3 years building up and not been taking at least some profits the entire time. So anyway, there are quite a few other numbers of strategies out here for arbitraging. So over the next couple of weeks, I may roll out a few more strategies, but this is the one that stands out to me. This is the one that I'm going to be doing. My goal is to start with 10 grand. Probably going to fall short on that. You know, let's be realistic, because it's just not quite within my budget to just drop 10 grand into a platform, you know, but I am going to try and position myself as best as I can to, you know, start with that number. You know, and I'll just build myself up, build my way up. So anyway, that's my chain gang strategy for arbitraging. Let me know what you think. As always, you can find me in Discord, on Telegram, or via email, and the links to all those will be in the description box. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, feel free to let me know. You know, you can either leave a comment here on the video or find me in Discord or Telegram and proceed to yell at me if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and call that a day and take care of little man here. You know? Yeah, I think it might be time for a bottle and bedtime. Maybe. Yeah, I know. Bedtime's no fun for me either, but I know. All right, have a good night, guys. Jarhead out.